Hello everyone and welcome. I'm just gonna get straight down to business. Lich and a few other guys have been interning for the BB office for some time now, and it's come to that point where we have to evaluate them and somehow distinguish or separate, would be the better word, the ass from the truly useful. And I personally didn't know how to go about this, so I figured, well, Haven's a member of the executive board. I can just send him in to play the interns, and based on how they do, I can get an idea of whether they'll be a perfect fit for the company. But before I commentate this match, I'm just like a little funny story. It's late night at the office, and me and Haven are just looking over some financial records, when suddenly this fucking janitor, he's doing his sweeping and stuff, he comes in, and he honestly looks at both of us and says, "Hi Haven, hi Excess," and I'm just like, what the fuck? I look at him with that face like, are you autistic or retarded? And at that given point in time, I didn't know if I wanted to shoot him with the gun that's in my desk, or if I wanted to hire a walrus to anally rape him. But oh my god, that was the most awful experience ever. And oh my god, Haven, turn the skill off. You're scaring the net players away. That is just disgusting. Lich, you never stood a chance. But ending of the story, I was able to maintain my composure, and I just looked at him straight in the eye. I'm like, well, he didn't really know any better, so I just gave him I let him off. I was like, fuck you. The next time you call me that, I will fucking kill you. And I just, called it a day. He slowly, he ended up leaving the office ever so slowly, like a fucking dog with his tail between his legs. But that aside, we're going on to round 2 after that disgusting perfect from Haven. Lich is trying to get on the scoreboard, but Haven's just pressing the button. He goes for a disgusting, awful hard bait of the burst, which is probably like the biggest mistake he could have done. 3C in the Hotengen, actually was garbage. She was super fail. Lich with the good mash. But then Haven with the good mash back, and niggas pressing the buttons. Just this monster chaotic mash in the fucking corner, like holy shit. And Lich is up back end. That gets that 2B Hotengen, and this should be all she wrote, but we know what's gonna happen. Lich doesn't know combos, but mashing air grab is the best thing you can do in BB, and Lich takes round 2. I'm not gonna lie, after that disgusting perfect in round 1, it's actually rather interesting that our intern Lich was able to maintain his composure. I like that. That's what I'm looking for, for the company. Someone who can maintain his composure in tight times. But I'm also actually looking for someone who can stop Haven from pressing all the fucking buttons in the world, but that's another story. That aside, Haven's getting that early momentum and gets the knockdown, swag combos, deep 5B to stop the fucking wake up goal burst. Like, think about these interns, man. They're just so young and they're always trying to be so ambitious, and they're always trying to avoid blocking, but you gotta block, man. You gotta block. Lich trying to get out, but Haven pressing all the fucking buttons in the world. Goes for this disgusting, typical, generic ass Jin reset, which is just like, fucking Christ. Every time Jin does a reset, a kid dies of fucking Asperger's. Lich with the wake up goal burst combo, and this is his opportunity to run it back, but I don't know, can he do it? Does he have what it takes? Does he even know combos? Ends the combo kind of early in my opinion, then just does a deep barrier dive and stops, unable to stop Haven from like, rolling out, and then he tries to command grab, but Haven's mashing grab, aka, or mashing 2A into grab, doesn't really matter. He does one of the most generic astral in the fucking game with Jin, and I'm just like, you know what? That was fucking hilarious. It was, when this happened, I was laughing the whole time. So, Lich, although you got astral, you're hired. You're a true blue masher.